Welcome to the Shine Speakeasy, the quiet corner of the dance mom world where we trade perfection for presence. This is where we exhale, reflect, and remember that showing up just as we are is more than enough. I've been a comp mom for a few years now, and if there's one thing I've learned is that we need a room like this. I'm recording this one from my car, sitting outside the dance studio, which feels pretty fitting because if you're a dance mom, you already know the car becomes your second home. Between homework, snacks, sibling meltdowns, and sometimes full-on dinners in the parking lot, our cars do it all. And as we step into October, I want to share a resource that can save you so much stress, the Dance Mom Car Kit. Think of it as turning your car into a command center instead of a catch-all. I'll walk you through what to pack, how fall car life looks different than summer, and the two MVP items that every dance mom needs, the electric lunchbox and the snacklebox. Because here's the truth. You don't need another thing to juggle. You need systems that work for you, and your car is the perfect place to start. Here's why the car kit isn't just extra. By October, schedules are already in full swing. The novelty of back to studio has worn off, but competition season hasn't even started yet. That means long evenings at the studio, homework getting squeezed in to odd spots, and a lot of time sitting and waiting. Without a system, this time can often feel draining, but with a kit, the car turns into a place of efficiency, comfort, and even connection. It's not about Pinterest perfect organization. Believe me, I do not have that going for me, but it is about peace of mind. Why I feel that the car kit is so important is the constant shift between one transitional period to the next. My daughter has dance, and then my son has taekwondo. So we're shifting from getting out of school to taekwondo clothes, to the belt, to the Crocs. Then we shift him from taekwondo life into basketball life. So in the time span, that's 3 shifts we're doing. I have to mentally prepare for each of those shifts. In the same time, my dancer is taking a dance class, so we're shifting her into dance gear. So it's important to have all of these things top of mind in a way that works for you and keeps the stress level down, because it's a constant shift of priorities. It's a constant shift of energy as you're moving through your day and through your week. So let's walk through your command center basics. The purpose of these 4 sections that I'm about to walk you through is very simple. They cover the main zones of life that happen in the car, from keeping schoolwork on track to feeding hungry dancers to making sure that mom, doesn't lose her mind. Each one matters in its own way. The first section is the homework and recharge zone. This zone keeps school from falling apart in the shuffle. Kids do not stop being students just because they're dancers. And sometimes the only quiet moments they may have to finish their homework is in the car. That means setting them up with a few simple tools so homework doesn't feel impossible in the backseat. Here's what I recommend to you on hand: a clipboard or a lap desk for writing and worksheets, a pouch with pencils, pens, and a highlighter, a reliable phone charger that lives solely in your car, so you're never caught at 2%. And finally, a small lap blanket for those tired, often chilly nights as we're moving into fall, when kids are trying to finish their schoolwork. This section is going to set you up for success and give you the basics so that your dancer can stay on top of their schoolwork, study for that upcoming test, whatever it is that they may need to do. This section is going to help you with that. The next section that is super crucial is the food and sanity station. Food is fuel. And let's be honest, a hungry dancer is a cranky dancer. We've all been there. We know this to be true. So this station makes sure your kids and you aren't surviving on crumbs and drive-through runs every night. We can't afford it either health-wise or with our budget. So it's important to get this station right. To keep everyone fueled and sane, here are the 2 items that make all the difference in our car. First, the snacklebox, if you haven't heard, is a rectangular Tupperware type product. that is a tackle box filled with easy bite-sized snacks like grapes, cheese cubes, pretzels, or trail mix, anything that you can easily organize that does not melt for you and for your dancer. It's easy to organize this, and it's easy to keep it in the fridge so that you can grab it on the way out to go pick up the kids to head to their activities. A snacklebox is a must. The number one thing that I have been raving, and I have been sharing the link with multiple moms, is the electric lunchbox. The electric lunchbox that I have is a total sanity saver. Before I leave to go pick up the kids, I will cook a meal, warm up a meal at home. I put it in the lunchbox. The one I have has 2 different dishes that you can use. So you have a full dish, which has 1 portion or 1 container. And it also comes with another option where it has a split. So you can have 2 separate things with the food touching. So you make your food at home, put it in the electric lunchbox. And when you get to your destination, you can plug it in the car with the car charger, or you can plug it in inside the studio and warm those leftovers up. And so your dancer has a real meal. It smells amazing. Your dancer is totally full and they're eating something healthy because you've prepared it at home. So you can't go wrong with making sure that your sanity is intact once you have a food station that works for both you and your dancer. The next section that may have a bit more restock needs, but is definitely a must-have for a dance mom on the go, is your comfort and weather prep. This zone is all about making the car livable. We've all been there with toddlers and babies, so it's similar to that, but these little things add up. And when you have comfort covered, waiting doesn't feel nearly as heavy. So here are the small cozy items that can turn your car from a waiting room into a comfort zone. And trust me, as the fall gets here and it gets a bit chilly, you're going to want to have these things. A blanket. We're in Florida. I do like to keep blankets in the car as it gets chillier, because you just never know when it's all of a sudden super chilly and you didn't really plan for it. Maybe you don't have coats in the car, but a blanket doubles for warmth and for sibling naps. My sons, depending on the day, will fall asleep at the drop of a hat. So having a blanket is always a needed thing. There's not much else that needs to be said for this, but have an umbrella that's easy to use. I keep 3 umbrellas in the car because I'm usually toting myself and my 2 kids around. They may want an umbrella. I may need an umbrella. So you definitely want to make sure you have one of those. This is where you're going to have to restock, and that's going to be your tissues, your hand sanitizer, your lip balm, and I would add also your baby wipes. Baby wipes are going to save you far after you run out of that baby age. Baby wipes are a must-have. And finally, a travel mug or a thermos or a Stanley or whatever it is that you need for you. Make sure you always have one on the go for those long days when you might need a pick-me-up or you just might need something to calm your nerves. My last main section, while we're talking about calming nerves, is the mom's sanity supplies. This one is for us because the truth is, if we fall apart, everything falls apart. Having a few small items that keep you calm makes the whole car run smoother. So let's talk about sanity savers that I always keep tucked away just for me. Headphones for a podcast, meditation, or just a few minutes of quiet. Recently, for me, I've been listening to audiobooks, and it just gives me a moment of escape. Personally, I like to keep a variety of different headphones. I keep earbuds if I'm just going to be moving and grooving, because you want to have that option where you're not connected to anything. But I also have started carrying around wired headphones for my phone, because sometimes we're busy moms and may forget to charge those headphones. So there you go, looking, I'm going to listen to my this, I'm going to listen to my that, and the headphones are dead. I don't want to have any obstacles in the way, so I have both to make sure I have an option available. A notepad or sticky notes for reminders that may pop up while you're waiting. Sometimes it's just a quick thing. You need to make sure that you jot down that you need to pick up this at the store, or there's picture day tomorrow. Having a piece of paper handy is always going to help you out. You also should always carry a pen in your car. There will be times when you're running from one activity to the next birthday party. A pen or 2 is always going to save you. Another thing I keep in the car is a essential oil roller. You can roll it on your skin or smell it. Recently, I've just been inhaling the scent and grounding myself. It's a scent for purpose. So it allows me to regain my purpose, refocus, take that energy of stress, guilt, or anxiety down a notch and just center myself. So you want to make sure you have things in your car. It doesn't need to be overpowering. It doesn't need to be where it's distracting because you have too many things in your car. But you just want things, if you're spending a lot of time in stressful situations, being in a car is pretty stressful because we're going from one thing to the next. Constantly, we're dealing with traffic, we're dealing with kids in the back seat. You want to make sure that you're taking the time to proactively ensure that you're taking care of your sanity while you're in the car. I wanted to add a special section for a lot of the dance moms out there, a special section for us. For working moms, the car isn't just a waiting room. Sometimes it can be the office. Sometimes it's that 6 o'clock, I need to catch up on emails space. And that takes a different kind of setup because you're balancing work deadlines and also balancing drop-offs, dinners, and dance backs. We're lucky at our studio because we are allowed to sit in the lobby and we have options there to help make it a bit easier for us. Our studio owner recently bought a tray table that we can use inside for working moms. Sometimes it'll even have a 6-foot table set up depending on what's going on that day. We can gather around the table with our laptops and we'll be working and getting things done. But if that's not an option where you are, here's what I always carry in my car: a portable camping table and a fold-up chair. There have been times where I'll set up in the studio or outside in the grassy area to work quietly and comfortably. Like I said, our studio, we're allowed to sit inside, so sometimes there will be moms sitting inside, and sometimes other moms will be there with their sons and daughters that aren't taking dance classes, so our benches can get pretty crowded sometimes. So I definitely keep the fold-up chair, camping chair in the car. We're in Florida, so keeping a camping chair in your car, you never know when you're going to need a chair. I can pop that out, bring it in, carry it on my shoulder, and then work comfortably from there. If you're a working mom who also is spending a lot of time at the dance studio, here are some of the smaller tools that can make your car office life much easier. A laptop desk or a sturdy clipboard that doubles for your dancer's homework. A portable Wi-Fi hotspot or tethering from your phone. Noise canceling earbuds for calls during practices or dances. I recently got a headset that I was using. I don't know if I like it yet, so I think I'm going to invest in either something that's wired or a different version. There are a lot of dance moms in our studio that have their work headsets going. Not only does it help to cancel out the noise in the background, but I think it also, if you're working inside the studio or even if you're working inside your car, it allows others to see this person's kind of working. Maybe I want to take my conversation over to another area, or maybe I just want to be a little bit more quiet. So I don't think you can go wrong with noise canceling earbuds or headsets for any calls that you might need to take. A portable battery pack, so you're never panicking about a dead device. That is going to be key. Another thing that I recently purchased that helps a lot that I carry with me is a portable monitor. A portable monitor is going to allow you to have a bit of a larger computer setup if you're working on the go, if you're working inside the studio, if you're working inside your car. It extends your monitor so you have those 2 screens that you may need depending on what kind of work you're doing. But those are pretty inexpensive and a great addition for the mom on the go who has to work while her dancer is in class. These small upgrades mean you can keep your job rolling while you're also keeping your dancer fed and supported, and you're there cheering your dancer on. It's not perfect, but it's doable. As a mom who's busy dealing with a dancer, fulfilling her dreams and taking a million classes, we're not aiming for perfection. We are aiming for good enough. We're aiming for presence. We are aiming for connection with our dancer. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but these things can help get you to a comfortable place where it's a lot more doable. In the summer, everything is about cooling down. Fans, cooling towels, ice packs, melt-proof snacks. But fall shifts the game. Suddenly it's about warmth, comfort, and food that really feel hearty. So when October rolls in, there are things that I do to make car life work a little bit better. Fall staples like cozy blankets, tissues, a thermos for your hot drinks or your chilies or your soups. And the electric lunchbox, again, is going to keep those warm meals for your dancer instead of cold sandwiches or, snacky type items. It's going to keep your dancer not only fueled, but feeling the warmth of the season. Now I've gone through a whole bunch of things and you're like, where do I go? What's going on? Here's the best part. You don't have to overhaul your car in one day. We are aiming for purpose in small incremental moves, not a total overhaul in a day. Start with one or two things that resonate the most with you. Here are some easy wins to try first. Add a snacklebox this week. Pick up a blanket or add an extra charger to your car. Order the electric lunchbox if you don't already have one. Each small step makes the car feel less chaotic and more like a command center that you are in charge of. I also have a page on my website totally dedicated to the mom on the go with a lot of the favorite things that I've mentioned here in this pod. So if you have a thing that you love that you keep in your car, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to know what it is. I'd love to check that out for myself and add it to my command center. I'm always looking to improve it, make things a lot better and easier for myself, for my dancer, and for my son. So here's your October reminder. The car doesn't have to be a stress zone. With a little planning, it can be your dance mom headquarters. Warm meals, cozy snacks, a cozy blanket, even a little sanity for you. If this has helped you, share it with your carpool buddy or another mom who basically lives in her car too. And don't forget to check out my page on my site to see all my Dance Mom car essentials for moms on the go. Thanks for stepping into the Speak Easy with me, and I'll see you in the next one.